Upgrading or purchasing equipment can be an expensive task, especially when at the end of the sales process, you end up with an over-spec'd machine for your needs. Given the speed at which technology rapidly changes, it can often be overwhelming just trying to keep up, especially when it's been several years since you've had to consider what the market has to offer. To help out and to ensure you are making the right decision, we have put together 6 key points for you to consider when buying or leasing a new copier. Number 1. Volume. It can be hard to determine, but first finding how much you are likely to print each month plays a big part in which device best suits your needs. It's obvious the more people using the copier, the more printing it will do. However, small offices can also do substantial volumes. It depends on your line of work. Each device has its ideal range and maximum print volume. Putting tens of thousands of print through a small home-based machine will ultimately do more damage to the machine than if the same volume was being done through a copier more suited, and vice versa. Copiers and even printers are designed with a set volume in mind, so finding your sweet spot should be first on your list. Number 2. Speed. That is, how fast does that piece of paper spit out of a machine? We call this pages per minute, or ppm for short. A machine's ppm can range anywhere from 20 pages per minute right up to 90 pages per minute. After determining your monthly print volume, you would then need to ask yourself, or better yet, your staff, how quickly do you need to produce this print job? A machine's volume plays a hand in determining how fast of an output you require. You don't want to be waiting any longer than you need for a large print job. Number 3. Chroma. It's simply black or white or colour. There is market research to show that printing colour invoices can increase payment response time by up to 30%. That's not to say that everyone should have colour copier. However, with modern technology, we can default all printing to black and white and enable colour printing when you desire. So now you're probably asking, why purchase a black and white machine? Well, it's a well-known fact that colour toners and inks cost more than black, and if the end user's printing cannot be controlled, a black and white device may be suitable. However, there are many ways to control an end user's printing, with additional software like Follow Me Print, PaperCut, or even department code systems. So don't be afraid to splash a bit of colour. Number 4. Configuration and extra features. Yes, copiers can staple, punch holes, and even fold. It's quite funny just how amazed some people are when you tell them they no longer have to manually undertake these tasks. The ultimate question is whether all the modcons are necessary. The aim is to understand the main functions of your business. Do you need to print A3 or is A4 enough? Do you need to print larger than A3? Do you print on envelopes or labels? Do you require fax? How much time is spent stapling? Can I reduce manual labour? As with everything, the more features you require, the greater the cost. So understanding the necessities for your workflow will determine a great deal. Number 5. Copying running costs. Often when purchasing or leasing a new copier, a supplier will typically offer a service agreement or contract where you pay a set amount for each print. This cost per copy or cost per print typically covers replacement toners, parts, labour, and travel to keep the machine operating at an optimum level. It's important to know the cost per copy will vary based on the type of copier, age of the device, size, and who the supplier is. A rule of thumb is the larger the device typically results in lower running costs due to scale. However, as mentioned, the machine needs to be outputting the ideal volume. Ask all the appropriate questions about the T's and C's. Although a cost per copy should form part of the decision-making process, it is always suggested to investigate and ask the question about a company's service and backup support, which is my next point. Backup service and reputation. As mentioned, read the fine print, but going a few steps further can help you in the long run. Suppliers will often use the machine's running cost as a selling point. However, is it cost effective to pay for service when the backup support is not meeting your needs? Do your research. Have a look at the supplier's presence in the local market. Do they present themselves well, using appropriate communication streams? Find out who the supplier already serves. How do they stack up?